Hey friends, so it's spring. It's kind of windy today. Hopefully you can hear me. It is 80 degrees. It's the beginning of April and it's 80 degrees. And it is very dry. We haven't had rain in I don't know how many days now. This bee is on her throne enjoying the sun. But you could see that there is a nice color. Great hyacinths are up, the primrose is up. The daffodils are blooming. We did some yard cleanup today. I'm going to show you an update on our winter sowing. Our broccoli and Romanesco, I was hoping to plant it today, but the beds are not all amended yet where I wanted to put them. I was trying to get the onions out too because they're kind of struggling. We've got arugula starting, our lettuce, you can hear the raven, the calendula, some bunching onion and leeks. And the green stalks, I tried to plant out some of the spinach and kale, but they were too small. And we actually had a frost a few days ago. It was 30 degrees when I woke up, and now it's 80. So the weather has been very haphazard again, which is exactly what happened last year in that we did not have a spring. We went right from winter, right into summer. I had no spring crops. You can see I tried to plant some of the small lettuces out. They did not do so great. I don't think they're really going to live. The rosemary survives a bunch of frosts because I kept covering it, hoping it continues to grow. But yeah, we didn't have a fall crop and we didn't have a spring crop last year. All we had was a summer crop. And our cucumbers were not great, our string beans were not great, but the daffodils look amazing because usually they get destroyed by the rain. I actually got some pansies in the ground today. I did some weeding, but there's just so much of it, and I just don't. Oh, this one got messed up. I just don't have it in me to do all of it at once. It's just way too much. So you could see there's lots going on here. There's garlic coming up that I did not plant, but there's a nice cleaver patch back there. The fig tree looks like it lived through the winter, even though it got uprooted a bunch of times. This stray yucca plant that we have to dig out. There's a huge package of chickweed in the front yard and it's growing into the backyard. We've got some more cleavers in here, some purple dead nettle. So I harvested some of this stuff from my smoothie yesterday along with dandelions. Here's a huge patch of chickweed. There's mugwort growing up in here too. I've got a yellow dock. And in here there's a big patch of cleavers. I planted some Star Bethlehem. This is some of the weeding I got done. Some more pansies I put in. There's some more garlic growing. The anemone came up. This one survived, but I had two. And I don't see the other one. It was on this side. So I don't think it's going to come back. But that one is like 3 years old. I planted a bunch of anemone bulbs in here. And something digs in here all the time because it ate all of my crocuses. So it's either the voles, the chipmunks, or the squirrels. So like I had no crocuses again, even though I had planted a bunch of them. But you can see like this is just all a big mess. And lots of cleanup that still needs to be done. But it is hot. It is 80 degrees. It is sunny. It is really dry. And the pollen has started. So this is not where I want to spend my time. I did come out in the morning. But it's been really windy. Forsythia, full bloom. We've got our chamomile coming back. We've got bees out, which is exciting. We've got sage. We've got a marshmallow, geranium, valerian, we've got wormwood. The motherwort that was in here actually died, but I had a seedling, so I got that back. No big deal, babe. Another geranium, our skullcap, lovage is coming up, astragalus is coming back. I don't see anything with my feverfew yet, which is not good. This is a meadowsweet. But I don't see anything for feverfew. This is a clary sage. Hopefully this is coming back. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of green. I had a jewelweed here. Yeah, we'll have to see. We had some excitement, which was really not good. So today is Wednesday. On Monday, you could see the onions are finally growing. The garlic has come up, the hairy vetch cover crop. Got our shallots, fennel. So I didn't realize that there's a bunny nest, and it's in the area that I let Bee have to herself, where she can be unsupervised. Well, something told me to go outside, and I went outside and she had fur in her mouth, and I thought, oh, she just got her face in there. Right now she's chasing the mother because the mother's hanging out around the edge of the property. Probably pissed because Bee ate one of the baby bunnies. She literally ate it in front of me. She did not drop it. And this is kind of a spring ritual, and it's a very sad spring ritual. We've got some violets coming up. So she's on lockdown right now. So if you're unsupervised, she needs to be on lockdown. Everything is happening earlier every year. And so I was not planned for it. I did not know. They hide it so well that you just don't know where the nests are a lot of the time. But what I found is every morning there's a red male cardinal that sits on this elderberry. And you can see some of the flower buds are coming out. And hopefully you can see that. It's very exciting. So these have been in the ground now a few years, so they should be a lot happier. As I said, I did trim this American because it was like 12 feet tall. So now it's, I don't know, maybe 7 feet tall. So it'll be easily reached by my husband. But you can see everything is kind of coming up. Tons of garlic mustard back there, which is invasive. There's a large cleaver patch back there, but that is where I throw the dog poop, so I will not be foraging from that. So again, be mindful when you're foraging that you properly know how to identify before you consume anything, and that you are identifying and taking from areas that are not contaminated, not polluted, not sprayed with pesticides. The idea of foraging is free food, but it needs to be clean, free food. So I'm going to pause the video. We're going to watch Bee. We're going to put her inside, and I'm going to show you the seedling results downstairs. Okay, so we are downstairs now. You can see we have spread out a bit more. We've cleaned out some of the plants from here. We've put them outside. Hopefully we won't have another frost. Our last frost date is not for just another 10 days or so. These are the tomatoes that I up-potted. String beans in the back that I up-potted, nasturtium. But some of this stuff, they're finally, not all of them were good size, so I left a bunch of them that were smaller, and now they're a good size, so they can be up-potted. I've got a butterfly pea. This is the first year I'm growing it. But they're not really germinating that great. So I planted another round of them Monday. So today's Wednesday? I think it was Monday. It's hard to keep track of the days. But you can see my peppers, it took forever for them to get, literally, I think in 2 days, they've doubled in size. But they have been the same size. They were all like this size. So, maybe this big. Not even this big. For a month. And I don't typically grow peppers from seeds because I don't really have patience for that. I want to see germination. I want to see growth so that I can start to up-pot them and transition them out. So we'll see. We've got our basil in here. I did bring the Tulsi basil inside to put it on the heat map because nothing's still germinating. It takes forever. I don't know why that type of basil takes so long. The other basils are a lot quicker. But I really like holy basil. I use it in my balms. I use it for tea. I make herbal teas with it, hot teas, cold teas. So I really like it, and I like to grow a lot of it, but it just takes forever to germinate. So I'm hoping that germinates because I don't think I planted it anywhere else. I think I just put it in the galleon jug. And it's not something I can easily source from any of the growers nearby. I'd have to drive, about 45 minutes to the other organic farm. And, you know, for what I can buy for a seed package, she charges for one plant. So if I can grow it, it's a lot cheaper. But so basically, as I stated last year, I've been treating the plants with homeopathy. So I started the tomato treatments of the different remedies. I will link the book below that I use. You can only get a Kindle version of it. It's out of print. But that's how I treat everything for us in the house. You know, emergency medicine has its place, but for anything else, I treat with homeopathy. So that is actually how I treat the plants as well. I'm trying to bring back the tree outside. And this year, we're actually starting to learn a little bit about electroculture. And that's using the energy of the atmosphere, garnering the electricity, and electrifying the soil to bring up minerals, to bring up more nutrition, to have less watering pressure, which is key because it's been so dry. And so I don't want to stress my plants more than they need to be stressed. And that's that. That's where we're at. So let me know where you guys are. If you started your own seeds, if you're going to grow something new for the first time, it's never too late. See you in the next video.